I'm Tempe Mayor Hugh Hallman, and it is my honor and privilege to stand before you today on this historic occasion. But first, I want to take the opportunity to introduce my current colleagues on the council who have served our community very well. We have Vice Mayor Shanna Ellis. Shanna, where are you? Wave. She's here someplace. There she is. Councilmember Ben Arredondo. Councilmember Mark Mitchell. There's Mark. Councilmember Joel Navarro. He's taller, so he's easier to see. There he is. Councilmember Ani, I'm not going to introduce her, Shakurjan. And Councilmember Corey Woods. There he is. In addition, we are joined this morning by State Senator Meg Burton Cahill. Meg, where are you? There she is in the back. Our judge, the Chief Judge of the Tempe Court, Lorraine Arkfeld. Lorraine, where are you? There she is in back. Our City Manager, Charlie Meyer, wearing the hat. Our City Attorney, Andrew Ching. Andrew, where are you? Thank you for being here. In addition, we are joined by former council members who have served us very, very well, many of whom are responsible for today's event. And they start with Councilmember Don Casano, who also served us on the Transportation Commission. Councilmember Linda Spears. Councilmember Joe Spricali. Joseph, where are you? Wave. Someplace. Councilmember Leonard Koppel. Leonard. They're all hiding. Councilmember Barb Carter. And Councilmember Hud Hudson. Thank you all for being here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Catch my attention now. I apologize if I did. Did I catch everybody? Thank you for being here. This really is a historic occasion. It is Tempeans who are, after all, responsible, frankly, for the ultimate success of this entire project. It was, as Councilmember Mitchell will describe, Congressman Mitchell will describe a little bit more Tempe's involvement, but Congressman Pastor asked me specifically to pass on his great thanks to Tempe for its leadership. It was the 1996 transit tax that gave rise to the funds that could be made available to create a matching fund pool that allowed him to continue to attract money from the federal government to begin this project. But frankly, were it not for Congressman Pastor's initial commitment to Tempe, a city that was not even in his district, we would not be here today. That's the kind of leadership we're here to celebrate today. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Of course, we now have an Arizonan who is heading up the Department of Transportation in Mary Peters, and we have to thank Secretary Peters, as well as Leslie Rogers, who's the administrator from Region 9, who chose badly this morning and went to Phoenix on the train. But it was their assistance, continuing assistance, that made this possible. And finally, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our next speaker, who of course served us for 8 years on the City Council, then 16 years as mayor, followed by 8 years as a state senator, and now he's serving our city and the Congressional District 5 as our congressman. And it's with his continuing leadership that we'll continue to forge ahead in many, many new ways, and that is Congressman Harry Mitchell. Congressman.
Good morning, everyone. And this is a terrific day. And I want to thank everyone who made this day possible. These are all visionaries. And some of you have heard me make these remarks before. It's the second time I've been on the train. Yesterday I took a ride from here to Mesa, and then this morning from the transit center to here. And it was fun. And you talk to anybody and you talk about how fun it is to ride this train. But you know, this is not a Disneyland ride. This is not an amusement park ride. This is the first phase of a light rail system that will help us reach a shared vision of a livable, sustainable, and economically vibrant urban corridor. Now, I've told people before, Hugh mentioned earlier some of the early beginnings that this project had. I remember way back with Valtrans, there were 3 regional votes for light rail that failed before we get to where we are today. But one of the great things that happened with Valtrans, which failed, that was countywide, it did pass in Tempe, which, like a lot of things does, whether it's Rio Salado, light rail, Tempe is a very visionary city. But I used to tell people when they say, well, this isn't really going to work, no one's going to ride it, it's not going to clean the air, it's not going to take traffic off the roads. And I said, it may not, but it isn't for me. And maybe my son won't ride this. But what it's really for are our grandkids. When they grow up with a light rail system in place, it becomes a way of life, just as the Metro is in Washington. It becomes a way of life. They will use it. And we're going to be taking care of the millions of people who are coming to this area. And that's what I think is important about this being visionary. There are 2 historic projects that we're celebrating today. The light rail system, of course, and right over here, the state-of-the-art Green Transportation Center. And I see John Kane back here, John Wade, the architect of this. And John, you ought to be very proud of this. And we're very proud that you are a Tempe resident and add so much to this community. But I think this building shows, as well as the light rail system, how the federal process can work as a partner with local communities to deliver the services that are needed and to spur economic development and improve the quality of lives of all of our residents. And as I said before, I'm very, very proud to be from a city that consistently has been a leader in public transportation and whose forward-thinking residents have long supported a comprehensive transportation system that allows people to move freely without ever needing to go to a car. I'm also excited about the economic development potential of light rail, which is already occurring. I think you can see this throughout this light rail system. In Tempe and Mesa, segments of which are both in my congressional district number 5, we've seen, and the mayor was correcting me from last night, there are $4 billion worth of new development completed or started along the light rail system in Tempe and Mesa. And there's another over $1 billion worth of development that's in the planning phases. This is transforming some areas where urban renewal investment is most needed. I want you to know that as the son of a railroad engineer, they don't call them engineers anymore, these are light rail operators. But as the son of a railroad engineer, it's a very exciting time for me, and I can't wait to bring my grandkids here for this great ride. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all of you.